Hi again, everyone. This is the last reaction video to the winter collaboration that I did with a lot of other Haikyuu textubers. And I will keep saying this, but if you have not checked out their channels, please go check out their channels. Their links are in the description below. And this is going to be Winter Mishaps by Rybread15. It's a Haikyuu fic, so I'm super excited. I don't say this a whole lot, but Haikyuu is one of my favorite ships that is out there, so I'm really excited to read what they did.
The white-haired Russian was the first to wake from his slumber with the bright sun shining through their thin, white curtains. The couple kept on that way because it was like having a permanent alarm clock without the noise, since they couldn't stay asleep with the light for very long.
I don't think I could ever sleep, like wake up with the sunrise. That would not be good for me.
Perfect start to the day, seeing the dirty blonde curled up to the teller's side. He studied everything there was to study about the sleeping figure next to him. His soft but sloppy bedhead, the dusting of freckles barely visible, his long lashes. He was too adorable for the Russian to handle.
Oh.
Haikyuu? He lightly shook the smaller in an attempt to wake him, yet Haikyuu just hid underneath the blankets, snuggling into Lev's chest. This so wasn't fair. They had plans today, and as much as he would love to squeeze tightly to the smaller and stay in bed all day, that was not a comfort for today.
Oh.
Haikyuu-san, please wake up. He knew that would work. After they had gotten serious about their relationship, Haikyuu had practically banned him from calling him Haikyuu-san, since there was too much formalities involved.
Oh, so you chose violence.
He wanted the giant to be comfortable. After no response, Lev looked down at the smaller, confused. He was met with a hazel glare peering up at him. The sight nearly gave him a heart attack.
That's fair.
Don't call me that, he said with his voice still half asleep and raspy, and pinching the teller's chest. Oh, Haikyuu-san. He shut his lips before he could finish, realizing what he was about to say. Okay, that was just habit. No, I'm sorry, Mori. The smaller flushed. Even though they agreed not to add san, it was still rare that the giant would use his given name. It sent chills up Lev's spine. He wrapped his arms tightly around the smaller, swinging him onto his chest. You're so adorable, Mori. He lost the willpower to argue, from a mixture of embarrassment and the fact he just woke up. Lev chuckled. It's okay. He stood up, throwing the blanket back over the former libero, and placed a soft kiss on his forehead. Get a little bit more rest. I'll come wake you when I finish breakfast.
So cute.
He walked out before Haikyuu could stop him.
I love their relationship together.
He had a soft blush still lingering on his cheeks, and he pulled the blanket over his head, rolling around the bed. He couldn't believe this. They had been together for 5 years now, and known each other for even longer.
5 years? That's a long time.
So how could the Russians still make him feel this way?
That's called love.
He heard his lover calling from downstairs, saying that breakfast was done. Already? Did he just spend the last 20 minutes having a gay panic? Yes, he did.
Just,
he
casual.
He jumped out of bed and ran down the stairs. After having a delicious breakfast cooked by Lev, the couple started working on their crazy long list of things to do. So Lev's older sister, Elisa, and her girlfriend, Miwa, were coming back home for the holidays, so this means that Kageyama and Hinata would be coming over.
Ooh, fun!
That additionally means that Hinata's family is coming over as well.
All of Hinata's?
Not sure how, but their house became the meetup for all families.
That's a lot of people to have at your house.
Lev stepped outside, feeling the cool, crisp air hit his skin. He wanted to take the advantage to the highly cold winter and began putting up the lights on his house. Well, in all honesty, he really should have done this before the snow decided to fall, because now the roof would be extra slick.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Please don't be hurt.
We could just blame that on procrastination. By the time he got up on top of the roof, Haikyuu had moved on to cleaning the living room, so he was right below Lev. Lev took in a deep breath of the cold air, making his nose sting, but embraced the opacity, feeling comfort from the sun to get him by. He would surely drink plenty of hot chocolate later, that is, until the trouble duo, Kageyama and Hinata, drag him back outside to go sledding.
That's fun.
It was an annual
trouble
thing that he
duo.
could never get out of.
Oh,
It was
it's
only by some
annual?
miracle
That's
that there were
adorable.
no hospital visits last year. Jeez, it's going to be a long weekend. He mumbled to himself, which he tends to do quite often before grabbing a string of lights, seeing it tingled beyond measure. Well, I probably should have untangled these before coming up here. With a sense of urgency and laziness, he never went down.
This is so
that
cute.
was until the unfortunate
so
accident. Lev unknowingly stepped on an icy patch on the roof and lost his footing trying to catch himself on the slanted roof.
No.
His back hit the roof, hard.
Oh.
But it didn't stop there. Gravity took him tumbling down the side of the house, some shingles cutting him in the process.
No.
Being the first one that heard it all firsthand by the sounds above him, Haikyuu dropped the broom he was holding and ran outside like his own life depended on it. Lev! He turned the corner and saw Lev on the ground, covering in snow. There were small droplets of a crimson red on the glowing white snow, making it more vibrant to the naked eye.
Please be
Lev?
okay.
Are you okay? He dove onto his knees, brushing a strand of Lev's white hair out of his face. He groaned. Surprisingly well for someone who just fell off of the roof. Haikyuu rolled his eyes. At least he was fine enough to joke around. I'm serious.
And here I
There's
was just
something
saying
hurt.
it was cute.
Just from what he could see, there were only small scratches on him. I mean, it kind of feels like I got sucker punched in the lungs. Haikyuu felt volatile. With Lev joking around, he wasn't sure if he was really okay or not. Okay, that's it. Can you walk? Lev nodded his head, already trying to stand up, wincing at the movement in his side.
Oh no.
Okay, so something was definitely up. Haikyuu helped Lev to the car, buckling him up in the passenger seat. Where are we going?
The hospital?
To the hospital, you dumbass. We just fell off a roof. He glanced between
I
the
agree
road
with
and one
Yaku's
cut on Lev
sentiments.
in particular that bled more than the others, but still wasn't life-threatening. He reached over to the glove box, accidentally knocking Lev's knees, curse that giant, and grabbed some napkins. Here, this will do for now.
Gosh, no.
The
Lev
couple
fell off
lived
a
fairly close to
roof.
town, so was fortunate to make it to the hospital soon.
Should have known with the snow on the roof.
Whenever they made it, the hospital was absolutely packed to the brim with patients.
Holidays are always
heck?
the most
What's going on here?
dangerous for
Is it
people.
really this common to get injured or ill during the holidays?
Yes, it is that common.
Neither of them had seen it this packed before. I'll go get you checked in. Just go find a seat. After checking in, the former Libero was fortunate enough to find a free seat next to his lover and happily plopped into it. Are you feeling okay? Lev nodded his head and smiled. Don't worry, I'm fine, besides the pinch in my side. I think what got me most was the air getting knocked out of me. Jeez, Lev. The smaller sighed, letting his head fall against the model's shoulder. Does this hurt? No, don't worry about it, just rest. They hadn't really gotten far into the list, like at all, but the jump scare of Lev falling was enough to exhaust him. It warmed his heart that the smaller cared so much.
I can't believe he fell in the 1st
He was aware
place.
of that though, and the mutual allegiance they had for one another.
Okay, these words are
Except
really
this
well
was
put
more
into
than
this
that.
story.
They were lovers
Like,
and find ways to make anything
I love
work.
like the subtle, like,
Their
put-ins
first
of the
test was the
words.
untimely age
It's
gap
really
when their
cool.
relationship originated when Haikyuu was leaving for college. It was a hard time and they both suffered many hardships together, but it was all worth it in the end. They could make anything work. He couldn't help but think of their past. Hey, Mori? Haikyuu raised his head, still lightly surprised at the use of his name. Yeah? What's up?
Please be okay.
Do you think
Okay.
it's crazy how we met? He was speechless. It's extremely rare that they had serious conversations such as these, and this being the first at a public place. A hospital, nonetheless. I mean, no, not really. We attended the same high school. No, but... He took a moment, not sure what even brought this thought in his head, and linked his fingers with his lover's. There are 8 billion people in the world. Do you think it's crazy that out of everyone in the whole world, we ended up together? The same school, team, line of vision. Haikyuu just listened patiently. He was partially relieved that Love was rambling. Maybe it took his mind off of the pain. I think it's crazy how one person out of all of those people loved me. At least I think you do. You do, right? The smeller giggled. Of course I do. You're speaking nonsense. Relationships are built off of communication. While this may leave him flustered, this was as good as a time as any. I think you brought out the best in me.
Oh.
A part of me I never seen or even knew existed.
That's so cute.
He turned towards the Russian. His eyes were sparkling, resembling a golden retriever. The sight was absolutely precious, and Haikyuu almost wished he grabbed his phone to capture the sight. Back in high school, I was really nasty to you, wasn't I? Well, I think it was because I was still new at everything. That can get pretty frustrating. No, I mean, I even deceived you.
Deceived him?
It was
How
silent.
did he deceive him?
Back when they first got together, it was Love who confessed, and Haikyuu had allowed it to happen, thinking he could use these feelings to get over his previous partner.
Haikyuu, no!
It was wrong. He knows it now. Especially seeing that pained expression on the Toller's face when the truth was revealed. That sent his world crumbling. It was only then he realized his feelings were real. It's okay, Mori. I know. I understand.
How could...
He wasn't sure, even to this day, how he fixed everything.
I mean...
Ever since then, they relied on constant communication and reassurance.
As you should.
He was in such a dark place with unforgivable sins on his sleeve. You wiped my soul clean. You saved me.
This is pulling at the
He
heartstrings.
smiled, snuggling into Love, constantly cursing his past self for hurting innocent Love. Well, true love is always worth the wait. And I'm happy I waited, because I'm convinced that you are the one I'm destined for. Haikyuu snorted. Destined? I didn't know you believed in fate. Well, I didn't. And then I met you. It was silent, like the chatterings running them in the
Lev,
hospital.
you can't just
Suddenly
say these
became
things.
So quiet.
I
believe we are soulmates.
It's so
People
cute.
don't just coincidentally
They're
fall
so
into
good for each
lives.
other.
I love you, Morisuke, and I want to spend forever with you. He was cut off with Haikyuu reaching upwards, taking in Love's face with his hands and let his lips brush against the model's, soft and delicate like butterfly wings, just enough to inhale his scent, feel the warmth of his skin and taste of his lips. God, I'm so in love with you. He connected his lips with the
I know
Toller's
you
once
can't
more,
really
a
tell it
bit
with
more
the
rougher
avatar.
this
I tried.
time, yet took his
But
time
I
settling for
have
the
been
comfort
like
rhythm.
smiling this whole time.
Are you
They're
a
just
Haiba?
so good together.
Of all times! Haikyuu ripped himself off a Lev and cleared his throat. Yeah. Yeah. Lev needs some assistance. Lev disappeared behind the double doors with the nurse and the former Libro inflamed in a bright red, noticing the people in the waiting room watching.
Oof, that's always embarrassing.
Of course. He sucked in a breath and collected himself, walking to a different location. In the end, Elisa rushed over from her work at the modeling agency to finish preparing the house, without the lights. The end result was Lev having a cracked rib and minor scratches. In no time, he will be back on his feet. Until then, however, he will soak up the constant attention from the smallers.
I'm so glad Lev's like okay,
Modi.
like other than a few things
Haikyuu rushed into
that
the
got
room,
cracked,
leaving Elisa and her
but
wife back in the kitchen.
I mean, like no major issues.
Yes,
That would have been
Lev.
awful for like
The Russian held his hand out, making the
him.
latter approach and grab his hand. What is... He yelped, feeling the taller yank him down on top of him. Lev,
His ribs.
you are going to hurt yourself. The taller chuckled. It's okay, I promise. The doctor was just overreacting. The dirty bone frowned and flicked his lover's forehead. Well, you should actually listen to them. They do have the degree to tell you what is best for you. Lev ignored his boyfriend's protest and held them close. Eventually, Haikyuu gave up wrestling out of his grasp, coming to the conclusion that he may end up hurting himself more this way. Fine. Only for a little bit. Okay, Mori. He smiled, making the latter do the same. It was truly contagious. They had a rough patch in the beginning and held so much back many years down the road. For the first time, everything seemed to be put into place. There wasn't any lingering doubt. They were going to be okay.
Yes, they were. Oh my gosh, was that a cute story? That was, oh, it was so well written. I really do like the descriptions from Rye Bread. They're really good, and they really just like paint the picture of the place for you and like what's going on and how they feel, and it's just they have a really good writing technique to like make sure everyone knows what's happening, knows what's going on in their minds, and can even switch between like Lev's thoughts and Yaku's thoughts. And I thought that was really cool because like I know a lot of people, including myself, that struggles to like switch between perspectives like that so like easily. That was so cool and so adorable. I was not expecting Lev to fall off a roof, which, you know, that was dangerous, of course. Love getting into dangerous situations. But overall, I really liked this story and how it all happened, like, in the waiting room. Like, everything. It was just... It was so well done. That was so cute. It was so cute. I love that they actually finally talked it out, which is always good in a relationship. But, yeah. That was... so good. So good. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you for all of the support. I will see you when I see you.